Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and these are my thoughts on Stranger Things Season 4, Part 1. Now, immediately, the Part 1 aspect sort of threw me off, because we heard the apparent runtime of everything and this being somewhat of a final season. Turns out it isn't. Not only is it split into two parts, it's also going to be followed up by a fifth season. Okay, is it? I'm not even sure. Who knows anymore? But anyway, this season, I'm going to be honest, so far has absolutely nailed everything. The thing with Stranger Things is it's been a bit of a love-hate relationship for myself. I didn't enjoy the third season, but this season is denser. It's, my God, it focuses on the horror element so much more than any of the other previous seasons, and it works to its benefit by doing so. It's really dark, it's scary at times. There is a level of threat that has been missing from a lot of the past with regards to the show, and the writing's been perfect. I think, well, near perfect right the way through, alongside the directing and the cinematography. But here in this season, you can see they've put their money where their mouth is and really sort of aimed for absolute perfection. And at a time when Netflix is sort of struggling, as we know, in terms of the quality of their material, they've just released a film called Spiderhead, which, oh, come on. But with that in mind, um, Netflix needed this to be perfect. They needed this series to end on a perfect note, and so far it is. So far it is. Like I said, the horror element, the introduction of a villain that actively engages with the protagonists in in the way that he does is something that we probably needed a while ago, a long time ago. Vecna is a thing of absolute nightmares. And all the characters deal with this idea of Vecna in so many different ways that you get a full flavour of every single emotion that is being thrown about in this series. Couple that with the unadulterated horror, and you've got a perfect blend of tension, threat, and still maintaining that light-hearted humour as well that we know Stranger Things can do, and Stranger Things has given us in the past. I'm trying to think of what a gripe could be, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't really have a gripe. I've enjoyed this season so far. It's been pacey. It's been well thought out. We've had a journey of, well, we've had three different journeys. Um, the group seems to split off into different segments, and they go on their own mini adventure while still sort of maintaining the through line of the plot itself and getting toward where the end is going to be. I suppose the only sort of negativity I would have really is that I wanted more Joyce. I wanted more Winona Ryder. Their story, although it's vitally important as they're trying to locate Hopper, um, sort of almost is the third fiddle in all of it. And it's a shame. It's not really an equal sort of footing, but it's really fun. Their story is really fun, and when it ties into this sort of like this, finding Hopper in Russia and everything, and I'm going to try and avoid spoilers as much as possible. But in the very last episode, it comes to a head, and it's spectacular. So well done, so well done. And that was my sort of worry regards to this, because, like I said, I didn't enjoy series 3. I worried that this show would fall into tropes or flitter out into, just an easy way out. And so far, I don't think it's going to do that. I think we're going to be really pushed, really tested. And like I said, the individual character moments, the individual character journeys, as well as these journeys, whether all together, is really well done. We've got a greater sense of who 11 actually is. We've got a greater sense of, the relationships involved between every single one of them, and how time has changed them, and their fears. And fear is a big thing in this latest series, and it plays into that perfectly well. The fear of growing up, the fear of accepting responsibility for the things you've done in your life. When as a kid you never had to really sort of think about responsibility. So it gives me hope. The second part, I'm not really sure how many episodes are in the second part. I've completely lost track of where and how this thing is being released, but the second part is due, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing, where this goes, how it ties in, and just what they give us, what kind of absolute horror they give us. Another gripe I've just thought: Will Byers. Will Byers was the, where this has all started. Um, you know, and now he's almost become a nothing burger of a character. Have they forgot about him? Have they forgot about him? Well, unfortunately, they have. I said the writing was perfect. Well, it's not, because one particular bone of contention, which has been popularised on the internet and Twitter and all that now, is that the writers forgot Will Byers' birthday. Yep, there is a specific date in the show from the first season, and this specific date for his birthday, which is celebrated, comes to pass in this season. Not a fucking mention of his birthday. Continuity. Where's your continuity at, Doofus Brothers? But all in all, really impressive season 4 so far. Like I said, you can see where the money's been put, and at this rumored $30 million per episode, fucking hell, yeah, they needed this to be a fucking surefire hit. And I think it is. I think it's cementing itself as a cultural phenomenon, and there's no better way of, proving that by just looking at how Kate Bush's song "Running Up That Hill" has completely taken the the music charts by storm. It's appeared in this series, it's appeared in this season with Max's character, and it's number one again. It's a number one song, and this is a song that was released 30 odd years ago, and this is how much the show has impacted cultural phenomenon in terms of like being able to highlight a really good song and then shoot it up to number one in the music charts. Superb, well done. The issue is, will it stick the landing? I hope it does. The issue going there from Netflix is, where the hell are they going to find the next surefire hit? Well, you're not going to find it in your movie department, that's for sure. Right, I'm going to leave it there. So, superbly impressive season 4, part 1 of Stranger Things. Oh, Vecna, you scary son of a bitch. Bye-bye.